on by here in the first quarter, 4-4. Sapp with his first points of the evening on an emphatic one-handed hammer. Here's Grossman, drives left, kicks out. Sasso, left corner three, bounces off the rim, off the top of the backboard. Rebound comes to Michael Mitchell. Here's Mitchell, pushing right to left up ahead. Cut off, now hands off to Ryan. Back to Mitchell on the left wing, and Mitty can now reset into their offense. 4-4, 3.5 gone by here in the first quarter, and what has been a low-scoring tie ball game most of the way. Mitchell on the right wing has the ball, now drives in the paint, puts up a teardrop, and he scores. Michael Mitchell, the sophomore, with the bucket. He has given Mitty their first lead of the night, 6-4, as we approach the midway point in the first quarter in a game that is moving by very quickly. Bellarmine works it around the perimeter with their all-seniors starting lineup. Jackson Williams has checked into the game as well for head coach Patrick Schneider. Here's Grassman, crossover to the left elbow, kicks it out. It's a three-pointer launched up by Cruz, but it comes up short. Rebound Sapp, and Mitty pushes right to left, looking to build on a two-point lead. Sapp right pass to Green, but is knocked out of bounds by Sasso, and it will stay Mitty basketball. String of substitutions here for Bellarmine as Quinn Denker and Ian Elam will check into the game along with the 6'8 sophomore Ryan Kiachin. So it is Kiachin, Elam, Denker, Cruz, and Sasso for Bellarmine now on the court. No substitutions yet for Mitty as their starting five stay there. They have the two-point lead just past the midway point here in the first quarter. 6-4, the Monarchs lead. Here's Mitchell, hesitate, pull up, top of the key. He nails a triple. Michael Mitchell, he's 2 of 2 from the floor. He's got 5. The Mitty lead is 5, 9-4. Near corner, lobbing down low was Sasso trying to find Kiachin, but it was taken away by Mitty by a collection of Monarchs. Here's Mitchell at the other end, hangs in the air, puts up a floater, and it rims out. Rebound Sasso, and Bellarmine pushes left to right, looking to cut to the 5-point deficit. Down the lane is Cruz. He's swatted by Sapp out of bounds, and it will stay Bellarmine basketball. So Devin Sapp with a second display of athleticism as he gets a massive block right there. And the first substitutions of the game for Tim Kennedy will be Jacob Ryan and Owen Brown as Joseph Vaughn and Devin Sapp will take a seat. So it's Ryan, Mitchell, Brown, Green, and Vaughn on the court. Or check that. I'm trying to see the number of the player who is on the court right now, but he is turned at just the wrong angle. Green is who that is. Bellarmine inbounding from the far baseline. They get it in, and losing the ball is Cruz. A dive on the floor by Mason Ryan. There's a mad scrum for it. Kiachin going for it, and there's going to be a jump ball between Ryan Kiachin, and it looked like Jacob Ryan, who got on the floor for Mitty. The possession arrow will favor the Monarchs. Or check that, Bellarmine will keep possession. So 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. 9-4, Mitty leads, looking for a stop at the defensive end as Bellarmine moves left to right. There's been limited offensive action in this game. It was a 44-40 Mitty win in their meeting earlier this year. Pass down low, Kiachin left alone for a two-handed flush. It was a great feed by Gio Sasso, and that's the first bucket for Kiachin, and it is a 6-point. It is 6-9 now. The deficit for Bellarmine is trimmed to 3. Chance of he's a sophomore come from the Bellarmine student section as they are into it early in a 3-point game. Mitchell, right wing, feeds Ryan, far corner, puts up a 3. It clanks off the iron and falls to Elam for Bellarmine, who now move left to right. This is Denker handling the ball, left alone, top of the key. He's got nothing but net on the 3. It was a deep 3 by Quinn Denker. He's tied the game as we approach 2 minutes to play here in the first quarter. We're all tied up at 9. Mitty trying to answer at the other end. They have it with Ryan. Now Mitchell, he's got 5 points already. Haven't heard anything from Marcus Green. Drives from the right wing. Left-handed scoop shot off the glass, and it crawls over the rim and in. Marcus Green, his first field goal of the night. It's a 2-point Mitty lead once again. At the other end, this is Denker, right wing. Hesitates, crossover, and now the ball whips around the perimeter for the Bells. Down low, this is Elam. He goes up on a pump fake, scores off the glass. Got a nice feed from Kieran Cruz. Did Ian Elam, and the game is tied at 11, 90 seconds to play. Green drives the right side. He's fouled as he goes up off the glass, and it looks like they're going to give Marcus Green, a 6'2 junior, 2 shots at the free throw line. Last time I was on air, Marcus Green exploded for 22 points in the second half. He led Mitty with a game-high 25 overall, including 5 triples in that second half. He is a guy who can get it going in a hurry as he knocks down the first free throw. Couple of substitutions. Kyle Lewis checks in for Gio Sasso for Bellarmine, and Devin Sapp checks back into the game for Tim Kennedy and the Mitty Monarchs in favor of Michael Mitchell, so the sophomore will get his first break. Green missed the second free throw off the heel. Rebound came to Cruz for Bellarmine, and they move left to right, trailing by 1, 11-12, a minute 20 to play here in the first quarter. Mitty already got the WCAL championship sewed up for 2019, looking to finish the season strong. Here's Lewis, crossover, down the lane, hands off Danker. He's at the left elbow, cross off, he's cut off, and a travel is going to be called on Quinn Danker as Mitty was able to swarm the Bells junior guard. There have been several turnovers in this game, 3 by Mitty and 2 now by Bellarmine. This is the first out of an offensive set for Bellarmine. The previous one came on a transition sequence. So Mitty has the ball, a minute to play now, 12-11. The Monarchs with the 1-point lead on the road as we close out WCAL regular season play. A near steal at half court as Danker got a hand on the pass that came from Jacob Ryan, but Mitty is able to recover. 45 seconds now left in the first quarter. Green handles up top, gets a screen from Sapp, drifts, now feeds Sapp on the left wing. Sapp with 10, into the lane, hangs in the air, throws it up, off the glass, it's in. Devin Sapp, his second field goal of the night. That pushes the lead up to 3, 14-11 as the shot clock is now turned off for Bellarmine. They have the ball, a chance to tie or cut the deficit to 1 here as the quarter will wind down. And they nearly threw it away. Lewis's pass was nearly taken away by Sapp. Bellarmine fortunate to recover, and now they handle with Danker up near the logo. 10 to shoot now as there's that many seconds on the game clock. Far corner check by Vaughn. This is Danker, pick and roll. He goes baseline, drives, goes up, count it, and the foul. Quinn Danker, his first field goal of the night, working a 2-man game with Ian Elam over in the far corner with 2.3 seconds left on the game clock here in the first quarter. He will have a chance to tie the game before we go into the second half. Jacob Ryan will take a seat for Tim Kennedy as the quarter winds down. Danker nails the free throw. 2.3 seconds now. Here's Green from half court. Good if it goes. It's short. And we have a tie game as we conclude the first quarter. It is 14-14. Bellarmine and Mitty tied here from the campus of Bellarmine High School. Shout out to Arnie Van Moussenhausen of Home Services Lending. First-time home buyer or looking to refinance your current mortgage, work with an experienced mortgage consultant to find a solution that best fits your needs. Call Arnie today at 408-858-4906. San Jose's Hot Country is 95.3 KRTY. For the best in today's country music, sports, contents, and fantastic concert series, KRTY has it all for you. Country artist Russell Dickerson is coming live from the City National Civic in San Jose on March 28th. Or check that, Brett Young is coming there on March 28th. Russell Dickerson was back on February 7th. For more ticket information, go to the website krty.com. And finally, a big shout out to our friend Kevin Moore, friend of the Central Coast Sports broadcasting community. Central Coast Sports is your source for high athletics all year long. Follow us as we take you right into the CCS playoffs. We'd love to hear your thoughts and feedback. Drop us a line, ccsblive@gmail.com. You can also go to our website. Field goals now and 6 points in total. He has missed just one shot from the floor. He tips a pass out of bounds here intended for Ridley Ruth. Kieran Cruz was the man trying to find him, but it will stay Bellarmine basketball as Josiah Adjike checks into the game for the first time for Bellarmine as Kiachin takes a seat. Here's Danker, right corner, triggers a 3. It's short. Rebound bounces out to Burke. He's pushing right to left for Mitty and now slows it up and finds Vaughn, and now to Mitchell. Back to Burke, right corner, puts up a 3. That's short, bounces over the rim. Rebound comes to Cruz, and now the officials are going to call time. I'm not sure what this is about as Bellarmine brought it across the half-court line he called for time immediately. He's pointing to something on the hoop. I don't know if he's seeing what I'm seeing, but it looks like maybe I'm just seeing things. Oh, the backboard is off. So I was just seeing things. I was about to say the rim looks a little slanted from where I'm sitting, but it's the side padding on the backboard here where Mitty is currently going. It has come a little bit loose. The official has stopped play, so we'll take a brief timeout here. 17-16, 90 seconds gone by here in the second quarter. Bellarmine on top here at home, looking to close out WCAL play with a win and send their seniors off in style. Looking for a fresh, rich Sicilian-style pizza? Come check out Pomodoro Pizza, 6932 Almaden Expressway, San Jose, for your ultimate pizza experience. Stop by today. So the Bellarmine student section is eagerly encouraging the officials to get back into the game, but what I think is happening right now is we're waiting for someone from the Bellarmine Athletic Department to come out and fix the problem. And of course, this is only an issue because you've got these kids like Devin Sapp who are athletic enough to get their heads up that high, and it looks like they kind of pushed it back a little bit, but they're going to call it good for now and just say that, you know, no one's going to get seriously injured on it. The padding is still there. It's just a little bit loose, but nonetheless, it is Bellarmine ball. They lead by one, moving left to right. Denker has scored their last 6 points. They're looking to find him again. He's got it on the left wing. Now gets a screen, triggers another three. He's got it again. Quinn Denker, the junior, has got the last 9 Bellarmine points. He's given them a 4-point lead. That is their biggest of the night, 20-16, as we approach 2 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Sapp hands off to Burke in the far corner. Thought about the three, but now hands off. Sapp, deep right wing three. It crawls over the rim, and it's off. Rebound fought for by Ryan. Cruz had it for a moment, but lost it out of bounds, and it will be Mitty basketball. Marcus Green checks in for Aiden Burke. For Mitty, and for Bellarmine, Ridley Ruth will check out of the game in favor of Gio Sassow. So Mitty with the ball, trailing by 4. 2 minutes gone by here in the quarter. Sapp with it, now works it back up top to Green. He drives right, hop step, far corner. This is Ryan. Drives back up to Green, top of the key, puts up a three, bounces off the heel. Ryan the offensive rebound, and he scores. Mason Ryan, the junior, got position down low. That's the second time he has scored from an offensive bucket tonight. He's got 4 points. It's a 2-point game. Denker with some fancy dribbling, but cut off by Devin Sapp. This is Ajike, top of the key, bricks a three off the heel. Rebound Michael Mitchell, pushing the other way for the athletic sophomore for Mitty. Hesitate, crossover, now works it around the perimeter. In the corner, this is Ryan, had it poked away from behind. That was Elam who poked it away, and a foul as Denker came charging the other way. And it looks like they're going to get Michael Mitchell on the foul there in transition as Bellarmine was looking to push and build on a 2-point lead. Just over 2.5 gone by here in the second quarter, 20-18. Bellarmine the 2-point lead here at home. And there's going to be a foul before the play even started. Mason Ryan grabbed Quinn Denker as he was coming up from a pin down. And that's kind of a nonsense foul there as Bellarmine was just looking to inbound the ball. But they now have it underneath on the far baseline. Denker to inbound. In the corner, this is Cruz. Goes up strong, counted off the glass, and the foul. Kieran Cruz with another bucket down low. That is not the first time tonight we've seen him with a strong finish. He's pushed the lead up to 4. He has a chance at the free throw line now to give Bellarmine a 5-point lead. That would be their biggest of the night. Kieran Cruz, one of the 5 seniors who started this game, one of 7 seniors on this Bellarmine squad. He knocks down the free throw, 23-18. The lead is now 5 for Bellarmine here at home, and the student section likes it. And we're going to have another foul away from the ball here. That foul is going to be on Josiah Ajike, who just into the game a couple minutes ago for Bellarmine. So it'll be baseline out of bounds, as that is the 3rd team foul here on Bellarmine, who lead by 5. And head coach Tim Kennedy and the Mitty Monarchs are going to take a timeout. For more than 4 decades, no construction company ranks higher in award-winning projects such as school, nonprofits, and high-tech campuses. Enhancing and enriching our community, look no further than Block Construction. For more info, go to www.block.com. That's www.block.com. So kind of a quick recap here in 10 seconds. I mentioned in the pregame the importance of Mitty controlling the tempo and trying to get out in transition. So far, their transition buckets, apart from a Devin Sapp one-handed hammer, they have been limited opportunities. So credit the Bellarmine defense there for being able to get back. There have been a number of times where Mitty has wanted to push and just have not had the numbers getting up court. And that is a big reason why Bellarmine has currently got the 5-point lead as we approach 3 minutes gone by here in the second quarter, 23-18. Mitty with the ball underneath. This is Vaughn. He drives in the paint, up and under, scoop shot off the rim, and it's in. Joseph Vaughn with the bucket, and a pretty one at that. It trims the deficit to 3, and there's going to be an offensive foul. Josiah Adjike, his second foul in about the last 20 seconds of game action. They called the moving screen, and he will check out of the game after picking up his second. Along with Kieran Cruz, they are replaced by Ryan Trodson and Ryan Kiachin for head coach Patrick Schneider and Bellarmine. So Mitty with the ball, they trail by 3, just over 3 minutes gone by here in the second. Here's Green, crossover between the legs, step back, right wing three-pointer is short, rebound snatched by Elam, and here comes Bellarmine looking to build on that 3-point lead. Denker with the ball, he has got 9 points. He had a stretch where he scored 9 straight Bell points. Lobs down low to Kiachin, spins baseline, left-handed hook shot, comes off the glass and the rim. Rebound Marcus Green and Mitty. Here they come 3-on-3, Euro step, down the lane, left-handed scoop shot off the glass, rolls off the rim. Rebound Kiachin, and here comes Bellarmine at the other end. Denker, crossover, had it taken away by Ryan. It's on the floor. He threw it out of bounds trying to get it to Michael Mitchell, so it'll stay Bellarmine basketball, but a near turnover there. Once again, another phenomenal hustle play from Mason Ryan, the 6'2 junior for Mitty. Mitty going with a substitution here as Marcus Green checks out of the game for the first time in favor of James Thomas. And a substitution for Bellarmine as well as Kieran Cruz has checked back into the game. Denker is going to inbound, far corner, wide open for a two-handed hammer. Off the bounce pass is Ryan Kiachin. A defensive breakdown there for Mitty. They trail by 5. Sapp launches a right wing 3 and he silences the crowd. Devin Sapp with a high arcing triple, and it was deep as well, but a quick answer as we're just past the midway point now. Bellarmine has the ball, but their lead is down to 2, 25-23 after the bucket by Devin Sapp. Bellarmine trying to close out the season. Cruz launches from the top of the key, and he nails a triple. So they're exchanging threes here on the campus of Bellarmine High School. The students love that, and Sapp has it once again, trying to answer for Mitty as they work it around the perimeter. Mitty with the ball, trailing by 5, 3.5 to play here before halftime. Sapp, right wing, hesitates, drive, had it poked away for a moment, got it back, finds the open man in the corner, but it was tipped out of bounds. And they're going to say, yeah, that is correct call. It is Mitty basketball. Originally, the official was going to say Bellarmine ball, but it was clearly tipped out of bounds by a couple of Bellarmine defenders. So it'll be Mitty ball, 13 on the shot clock. They have it on the baseline. Vaughn now in the corner, crossover, drives baseline, and a blocking foul is going to be called here on Gio Sasso. That is going to be his first personal foul, I believe. No, that is his second personal foul, 5th team foul now on Bellarmine, so no free throws yet. Team fouls for Mitty are 6, so Bellarmine is in the bonus, or in the 1-and-1 bonus at the other end. This is Michael Mitchell now, handling up top of the fresh 30, puts up a 3. It clanks off the side of the rim, bounces to the near quarter to Quinn Denker and Bellarmine, who now push left to right, looking to build on a 5-point lead. This is their largest of the night as there's 3 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Kiachin, left block working. He's triple teamed and a foul is called. This one's going to go on James Thomas on the pass. That is going to be the 7th team foul on Mitty, and that will send Ryan Kiachin to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. If you're tired of fake food loaded with junk, then eat clean. Go green. Try the green waffle, a delicious new alternative to healthy eating, our newest sponsor. Kiachin misses the free throw, bricks it off the heel, and the rebound falls to Michael Mitchell. Mitty not in a hurry to get out and run as they trail by 5, under 3 to play here in the second quarter. Thomas was left alone for a moment on the right wing. Crossover, drive in the lane. Right-handed floater is long off the glass, but a foul. We'll see who they give it to, but James Thomas is going to go to the free throw line. The foul will be on Ryan Troutson. That is his first foul, the 6th team foul on Bellarmine. So it'll be 1-1 for the rest of the 2:42 left here in the second quarter for Mitty as Thomas misses the first free throw. For more than 4 decades, no construction company ranks higher in award-winning projects such as school, nonprofits, and high-tech campuses, enhancing and enriching our community. Look no further than Block Construction. James Thomas missed the second free throw off the side of the rim. Vaughn was fighting for the rebound. There's a mad scrum. The ball pops out. Troutson has it, and now it is going to be a travel on Ryan Troutson. He was trying to corral the ball on the fast break, never quite had it, and the official correctly ruled that he walked with it as he was trying to throw the ball ahead. Owen Brown and Marcus Green check back into the game for Mitty. They trail by 5, 2:35 to play here in the second quarter. 23-28 is Mitty's deficit. This is Brown, feeds back up top to Vaughn as they work it around the perimeter against the man-to-man defense of Bellarmine. Sapp feeds far corner. Owen Brown puts up a 3, puts it in. Owen Brown, his first triple of the night. That trims the deficit to 2. 28-26, the Bellarmine lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket by Brown. Bells trying to answer at the other end. This is Sasso, cut off by Green on the right wing. Now they work it around the perimeter, not in any hurry as we approach 2 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Cruz trying to find Kiachin on the left block. He did, but he had it poked away. We'll see who it's off of. They're going to say it's off of Mitty. Tim Kennedy thinks that it was off of the leg of Ryan Kiachin. It looked like he might have a case, but the official rules differently as Kyle Lewis checks into the game for Bellarmine. They have the ball, and now a foul on Mason Ryan guarding Quinn Denker on the inbound. So once again, Ryan fouls Denker, being overzealous here on an inbounds pass. That's going to put the junior Denker on the line where he is 1 of 1 tonight on that 3-point play right as the first quarter was winding down. 8th team foul now on Mitty. Denker at the line for a 1-on-1. He misses it short. Rebound snatched out of the air by Sapp. And now Mitty with a chance to tie or take the lead. They have not led in this second quarter. They led for a substantial portion of the first quarter. Owen Brown, crossover in the right wing, throws it back out to Marcus Green. Green thought the pass was tipped. Tim Kennedy once again thinks it was tipped, but the ball went out of bounds, and it's going to be another Mitty turnover. So 1:47 to play. That is the 6th turnover from Mitty by my count as Denker handles at the other end, checked by Green as he sets up the offense, and an offensive foul is going to be called here on Ryan Kiachin of Bellarmine, so they turn it right back over to Mitty. And the student section is, quite frankly, just a little bit annoyed with the lack of action right now, but Mitty with the ball moving from my right to left, trailing by 2, 28-26 is the Bellarmine lead. Sapp thought about handing off to Vaughn, now does to Green. Green up top, hesitate, crossover, gets to the elbow, and he's fouled on the drive. And Mitty is in the bonus, so that's going to send Marcus Green, the hero from the Reardon game a week ago, to the free throw line with a chance to tie the game. He will have a 1-and-1. That is the second foul. It's going to go on Ryan Troutson, and it will be the 8th team foul for Bellarmine. Green at the line, shooting 1-on-1. He misses the first long. Rebound bounces, and it's taken away by Sun on the pass. It's loose. Vaughn with it, fires near corner. This is Brown, hands off to Sapp. Top of the key, three-pointer, no good. Ball being run down in the far corner by Teeman Sun, who checked in for the first time, and Mitty resets. So Teeman Sun, the senior, checks in for the first time, making his presence felt, one of 2 seniors on this Mitty squad, and he has given the Monarchs an extra possession here. This is Brown, left wing, gets a screen from Sun, feeds Green, left corner, drives baseline, goes up strong, off the glass, it's in! Marcus Green, a heck of a finish. He's tied the game at 28 with 45 seconds to play here in the first half. Bellarmine looking to take a lead into halftime. They tied it late at the end of the first quarter, looking to have similar success here in the end of the second. Elam works it up top to Denker, who pulls it out to the logo. Now gets a screen from Elam. Drifts right, switched on to by Sun on the right wing. Hesitate, crossover, into the lane, free throw line. Tried to bounce it to Kiachin, and he lost it out of bounds. And that will be a turnover for Bellarmine, and Mitty will get the final shot of the half. Michael Mitchell and Mason Ryan now heading back to the bench, but Michael Mitchell checks in for Teeman Sun, who went in for 60 seconds but was incredibly productive, getting Mitty an extra possession that led to that Marcus Green bucket. So 21 seconds left on the clock. Owen Brown will bring it across the timer for Mitty. This game is tied at 28. Mitty will get the final shot of the quarter. Bellarmine in a little bit of a 2-3 look here, kind of a matchup zone. And they have extended it out far. 7 to shoot now. Green, left wing, drives into the lane, feeds out. Sapp, far corner, three-pointer, bang! Devin Sapp, his second triple of the half, and that is how the first half comes to a close. Stay tuned for the Central Coast Sports halftime show, the halftime spotlight interview with Bellarmine Athletic Director Mike Sullivan. If he's unable to make it, Louis Agelson will stop by. 31-28 is the Mitty lead here on the road against Bellarmine. They trailed for most of that second quarter, but Devin Sapp's second three-pointer of the half has given Mitty a 3-point lead on the road. Both teams trying to close out the WCAL strong here with a win. Mitty, of course, already the 2019 WCAL champions. Make sure you stay tuned for our next CCSB broadcast, which will be to be determined on February 20th in terms of who is playing, but those will be the semifinals of the Open Division playoffs. That will be next week, streaming on YouTube Live. Pre-game and tip will be to be determined, but we will for sure keep you posted, and we will have that right here. We are at the half. Our score 31-28 with the 3-point lead here over Bellarmine on their home turf on senior night. Now time for the Block Construction halftime spotlight, donating countless amounts of money and hours to provide critical services to charities and people in need. For more information, see their website at block.com. That's BLACH.com. Well, we're working to track down Bellarmine Athletic Director Mike Sullivan, but in the meantime, I'll recap the first half for you. So it was Mitty getting out to an early 5-point lead. Bellarmine roared back at home behind the avid support of their student section, and 9 points from Quinn Denker. Kieran Cruz also had a couple of crucial buckets there in the early going here on senior night for Bellarmine as they trail now by 3. It has been 3-point shooting, like I mentioned in the pregame show, that has really come on for Mitty at the end of the half. And joining me now in the broadcast is Bellarmine Athletic Director Mike Sullivan. Mike, thanks for coming on the program.
Oh, my pleasure.
So your guys' team this year, 17-6, 8-5 in the WCAL, back-to-back league titles and CCS titles. The Bells lost some key players a year ago, Wojcik, Stubblefield, Metzger, Despy, from that run, yet here once again battling all the way until the end of the regular season for another WCAL title. Some would argue that Coach Schneider deserves Coach of the Year because of the amount of guys that you lost from a year ago. What is his secret for success?
Well, that's very kind of you. I appreciate that. Coach Schneider, I think what he does is he's detail-oriented. He's dedicated, he's consistent with his message, he communicates very well, and of course he knows the game of basketball. He has a great supporting staff with Alex Surrett, Alfred Duncan, Chris Denker. We're very blessed here. It's just a great program top to bottom.
This atmosphere that you guys have here at Bellarmine for high school basketball, it is really what high school sports is all about. I mean, this is my first time here. I have been thoroughly impressed. I mean, your students were bringing it for the JV game. Obviously, they've brought it for the varsity game as well. It's almost considered a rite of passage to cheer on your fellow Bells here at Bellarmine High School. As an athletic director overseeing this program and numerous other sports programs here, how much does that support from the students mean to you in the department?
Oh, man, that's a great question. It makes my job so easy, so much easier, so much fun. As you know, expectations here at Bellarmine are really, really high, especially with our basketball program. So to have this great support from our fans is just huge, and I could not be prouder.
Senior night, of course, is tonight. Honoring 7 seniors is your boys' basketball team. That's a big number of veterans to have on the squad. The school and their families, talk about them either individually or just kind of as a collective and the contribution that they've made to this basketball program and to the greater Bellarmine community.
Well, I would just tell you, I just love these kids. I am new as the athletic director, so I wish I saw them from their freshman year. I did in another capacity, but now that I see practice day in and day out and see all the effort and just the commitment and the sacrifice they make, I could not be prouder of her. It's just prouder of them. What a great senior class.
And finally, your boys' soccer team, they're also having some success this year.
Yes,
14-2-3 on the year, and they're ranked number 10 in the state. They had a great performance during the College Cup Showcase down in Santa Barbara. How has Bellarmine sustained its dominance in soccer for all these past decades?
Well, I think that's another great question. I think we attract great players thanks to the school's reputation, both athletically and academically. Our coaching staff is great at all levels. We have top-notch coaches, including some travel coaches and some of the high-end clubs in the area. And our head of program, Connor Salcido, does a great job just putting it all together. I'm so proud of him and impressed with the program in general.
Well, that is Bellarmine Athletic. Mike Sullivan. Mike, appreciate you coming on the program.
Thank you, my friend. Thanks for supporting our school.
You're very welcome, sir. They have been an athletic power for some time here in the CCS. They currently trail 28-31, Mitty with the 3-point lead at the half. No. We are 4 minutes away until tip-off. Let's check the scoreboard for other games in the WCAL, which is brought to you, of course, by Arnie von Massenhausen of Home Services Lending. With Arnie, you are a customer for life. Let his products, programs, and services protect your largest asset, your home. For your financing needs, call Arnie today at 408-858-4906. So around the WCAL, Sacred Heart Cathedral is taking on St. Ignatius. Valley Christian taking on St. Francis. It has been a struggle for Valley Christian this year. They're just 1-12 in league play. And Sarah taking on Reardon, and who are the number 2 and number 3 seeds currently in the WCAL, both at 9-4. The winner will move into the number 2 slot in the WCAL. We are just over 3 minutes away here from tip-off. Also want to give a shout-out to our friend Kevin Moore, a longtime supporter of Central Coast Sports Broadcasting. Like I said, 3 minutes away here from tip-off. So what I'm going to do is break down what I saw in that first half. So like I mentioned, Mitty came in and they got off to the hot start. You know, they got a couple buckets early. I think the one-handed transition dunk from Devin Sapp was really a momentum changer and helped give a lot of juice to this Mitty squad. And they led for most of the first quarter, but then Bellarmine came back, and it was Quinn Denker who had a stretch of 9 consecutive points for the Bells, and they then retook the lead by 1. It got as big as 5, but something that I highlighted at the end of the pregame show, the 3-point shooting of Mitty really came into effect, as we saw Michael Mitchell, Devin Sapp hit one at the end of the second quarter that has currently given Mitty their 3-point lead. He had a deep one on the far wing earlier as well. And, of course, you know, Marcus Green, another guy, the hero from the Reardon game a week ago, he has been more inside. He has not hit a triple yet, but we saw him explode for 22 points in the second half a week ago. So we'll see if he's able to have a similar type of success as both teams are coming out of the locker room. Their shoot-arounds. We're just about 90 seconds away here from getting set to tip off the second half. Once again, it's 31-28. Mitty with the 3-point lead on the road here at Bellarmine as the regular season wraps up for these teams in the WCAL. One key for Bellarmine in the second half is the same key that we highlighted for you in the pregame, and that is perimeter defense. The three-pointers of Mitty really came on strong there, and Bellarmine, they weren't always playing bad defense. I don't think it was always their fault because a couple times Devin Sapp just hit good shots, but on that play at the end of the quarter, you know, Mitty did a good job of getting into their sets, working the ball around, and they had a lot of off-ball screens and off-ball action. Bellarmine got lost in translation kind of as the offense was making all these sets, and Sapp had a wide-open look at a three. So we'll see if Tim Kennedy is going to be able to keep getting open looks for his Mitty squad here in the second half. Bellarmine defensively, like I mentioned, they have to communicate better because there's just been too many times where guys have been open. Even these baseline and in-the-lane drives that you've heard me call, they have come off of openings on the perimeter and then aggressive closeouts by Bellarmine. Mitty players taking advantage, getting into the lane, and really some tough finish. 10 seconds away from getting started in the second half as the Bellarmine student section does a little "We Ready" chant here on senior night to encourage their team, who's currently down by 3 points. It will be Bellarmine ball moving right to left as we change ends. Bellarmine in their home whites with the blue numbering, Mitty in black with the gold numbering. And it will be Denker, Cruz, Ruth, and Sasso along with Williams for Bellarmine as Sasso drives right down the lane and he scores with the left hand, and that is the first bucket of the second half. That trims the deficit to 1. Mitty with the ball now at the left end. This is Green. He drives into the lane, whips a pass over his head to Vaughn in the far corner, hands off Mitchell, puts up a left wing three, rims out, rebound Denker. He had 9 points in the first half. He pushes right to left for Bellarmine. Sasso and, Cruz and Ruth not on the same page as Denker almost threw it away. He goes into the lane now, works it in, throws it up and crawls it in over the front of the rim, was trying to draw the foul, got the bucket anyway, and Bellarmine's back on top. Mitchell, far corner, Ryan for 3, he got it. Mason Ryan with a triple from the far corner. That gives Mitty the 2-point lead, 34-32. This is Ruth at the other end. Probing, now kicks it back out to Cruz, who was a big player in the first half for Bellarmine. Rounding out the starting 5 is Elam for Bellarmine, the player I could not find a little bit earlier. Here's Elam now posting up against Green on the left block, rifles a pass far corner, Ruth for 3, he got it! Ridley Ruth, the junior, with his first bucket of the night, and Bellarmine's back on top by 1. Racing the other way is Mitchell, kicks it out, Sapp, top of the key, puts up a 3, it hits off the side of the rim, bounces in the air. Mason Ryan fighting for the offensive glass, and we're going to have a foul, and it will stay Mitty basketball. Foul's going to go on Ridley Ruth. That is going to be his first foul, and the first team foul for Bellarmine, as Mitty will retain possession here at the other end. That is the 3rd time tonight Mason Ryan has fought for the offensive rebound and gotten Mitty an extra possession. Mitchell will inbound to Green in the near corner as they have got a fresh 35. Green, right wing, hesitates, drives into the lane, stops, throws it out. Sapp, far corner, fires a 3, got it again. Devin Sapp has hit 3 consecutive threes in his last 3 attempts. And it is once again a 2-point lead for Mitty, 37-35 as we approach 2 minutes gone by here in the quarter. Ruth drives down the right side. It comes off the backboard, did his layup, but he was fouled. And we're going to see who the foul goes on. It's going to go on Marcus Green. That's going to be his 2nd foul. And Ridley Ruth will go to the free throw line to shoot 2 as Tim Kennedy calls over Marcus Green to talk about what happened on that last play. Ridley Ruth misses the first free throw, charged right down the lane. That is where Bellarmine has been getting most of their points. They have not had very many triples tonight. Denker has got 2. They've got just 3, I believe, as a team, as Ruth knocks down the second free throw. And a full timeout is going to be taken here for Bellarmine. So head coach Patrick Schneider wants to talk it over. With a coast-to-coast footprint of over 300 U.S.-based production sites, you can see why Vulcan Materials is an essential part of our country's makeover, including road and bridge repair, construction of office buildings, schools, hospitals, and more. Giving back to our community and shaping our future, go to vulcanmaterials.com. And our green waffle second half adjustments, one of them for Bellarmine was perimeter defense, but so far Devin Sapp is getting the openings on the perimeter for this Mitty squad. He's got 3 triples in the game. 2 of them have come in the last 2+ minutes of game action going back to the second quarter. He is leading the way offensively. Tim Kennedy has stressed to me in the past, this team's leading scorer. You can see why, because he is prolific and athletic. He had that one-handed hammer earlier in the game, and he has shown the shooting touch as well. Ability to finish inside. He has really demonstrated the full offensive repertoire. So for Mitty, it is Mitchell, Brown, Vaughn, Ryan, and Green. It is Denker, Ruth, Sasso, Elam, and Cruz for Bellarmine. Mitty with the ball, pushing left to right. Just about 2 minutes gone by here in the third quarter. They lead by 1, 37-36. Green crossover, drives down the left side, blocked from behind by Ruth, and a foul. And it's going to go on Ridley Ruth. It looked like he had played clean defense, and Denker was the one who should have gotten the foul. But nonetheless, Ridley Ruth, the junior, will pick up his second personal. That is the second team foul of the half for Bellarmine, and it sends Marcus Green to the line where he knocks down the first free throw. Marcus Green, a prolific shooter, a guy who could get it going in a hurry. He's got 2 free throws right here, and that pushes the Mitty lead up to 3, 39-36. Just over 2 minutes gone by here in the third quarter. Far corner. This is Ridley Ruth. He got a triple. Check that. It's Sasso. Sasso nails a far corner 3. He's tied the game at 39. 2.5 gone by here in the third quarter. That is the first 3 for Gio Sasso as the student section chants his name. Green now, right wing, looking to answer. Right down the lane, takes contact, up off the glass and in. A tough finish for Marcus Green. It's a 2-point lead once again, 41-39 on the bucket by Green. Sasso wants it again from the same spot, and he's got it. 1-point Bellarmine lead. Here's Mitchell racing the other way. He's got it right wing, hands off to Green. Checked by Ruth. Crossover now. Drives into the lane, throws it back out to Sapp on the left wing. He has had the hot hand for Mitty. Rifles a pass near corner. This is Mason Ryan. Jab stepping, works it back out to Mitchell. Mitty trying to regain the lead. They trail by 1. Just over 3 minutes gone by here in the third quarter. Vaughn now handles up top. Feeds Sapp. He works to the top of the key. Hands off Green. Right wing 3. Bang! Marcus Green with a triple. We know he can do that. 2-point lead once again for Mitty as they regain the lead on the bucket there by Marcus Green. We're approaching the midway point in the third quarter in what has been a back and forth affair as fans are asking for a push-off on Denker, but not getting it. He's got it left wing, drives on Green, stops, goes up off the glass, and he scores. Pretty move there by Quinn Denker. He's got another bucket as Mitchell once again races the other way, and an offensive foul. Mitchell started to fall down, thought he was going to get the foul call on Quinn Denker. Instead, the official calls the push-off, and that is going to be the third foul on the sophomore Michael Mitchell. So the tie game here at 44, Owen Brown, a 6'2 junior, will check in for Mitchell, who takes a seat with 3 fouls now for Tim Kennedy and the Mitty Monarchs. Bellarmine will have the ball moving right to left. We approach the midway point here in the third quarter, 44-44. Neither team has led by more than 5. Denker handles left wing, and they're going to call a foul away from the ball, and it looks like Cruz is calling to the medical staff. I think he might have a cut on his wrist. The foul is going to go on Owen Brown, who just checked into the game. That is his second personal foul, so he'll have to watch it as well. Ruth will inbound, get to Elam. He does, who flips it up and in with the right hand. Pretty cut and finish there from Ian Elam. He has given Bellarmine the lead once again, 46-44, as we're now past the midway point here in the third quarter. Mitty can tie or retake the lead. This is Owen Brown working on the right wing. Up top, Sapp. He triggers a top of the key three. Clanks off the intersection of the rim and the backboard there. Might have forced that one a little. Bellarmine the rebound. They push right to left. This is Danker. Back out. Sasso wants it again. Why not? Gio Sasso, his third triple of the quarter. They've all been from the far corner. Tim Kennedy wants time. The Bellarmine student section is loving it here as their team is up by 5, 49-44, as we have got a timeout on the floor. Arguably the most successful league in California Interscholastic Federation history, with more state titles than any league in the state. The WCAL is composed of member schools that share a commitment to interscholastic sports, superior academic standards, and shared faith. The member schools of the West Coast Athletic League, or the West Catholic Athletic League, are happy to partner with Central Coast Sports Broadcasting, providing listeners with the best interscholastic basketball each week of the season. I think the Bellarmine band just they are bumping the next episode by Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg right now, and the Bellarmine students are loving it right now as their team is up by 5, 49-44, as we get set to resume action here from the campus of Bellarmine High School. Bellarmine, of course, comes in 4th place in the WCAL, trying to close out the year with a win into the CCS playoffs, looking to finish the year at 9-5 in WCAL play. Marcus Green is going to inbound the ball from right in front of me as Mitty will have it, moving left to right. It's Brown, Green, Vaughn, Sapp, and Ryan for Mitty on the court. They have it as a 2-3 zone look is now being shown by Bellarmine defensively. We'll see how Mitty adjusts to that. That is the first time Bellarmine has shown a strict zone look. Vaughn has it, rifles it, left wing. Brown puts up a three. That's an air ball. Rebound tracked down by Cruz, who says he's got it, and Bellarmine can now get their largest lead of the night. They currently lead by 5. That's the biggest it's been. Any bucket would be the largest lead that either team has had. Both teams have had 5-point leads. Cruz handles right wing, now finds Danker on the left wing. Bellarmine in no hurry. Here's Sasso, right wing, fires a three. I think it was tipped. They're going to say it was not tipped. It was an air ball, and it went out of bounds. And Bellarmine was pleading their case that it should have been tipped. It seems like it certainly could have been, as Sasso has drilled 3 straight threes, and that air ball was off by at least 3 feet. But they do not get the call, do Bellarmine, so Mitty moves left to right now, looking to trim the 5-point deficit. Under 3 to play here in the third quarter. Brown, right wing, feeds a pass down low to Vaughn, who spins and kicks back out to Brown, and Mitty now works it around the perimeter, being patient against this Bellarmine zone. Sapp, hop step into the lane, almost threw it away to Green up top. He now drives past his man, hop step, floater is good. Pretty move there from Marcus Green. He's had a number of tough finishes. That trims the deficit to 3, 49-46. Lead. Elam posting up right block against Jacob Ryan, who checked back in the game. Moves baseline, got away with a walk, and they're going to say he stepped out of bounds anyway. So Bellarmine will turn it over, and Mitty, with 2:07 left here in the third quarter, will have a chance to tie the game with a 3 or cut the deficit to 1. Tim Kennedy calling out plays for his team as Bellarmine has moved back into the man-to-man. They work it around. This is Sapp. He drives to the left side, splits a double team, can't get it to go. Jacob Ryan, the offensive rebound, and he puts it back up and in. That is his first bucket of the night. Under 2 to play. That trims the deficit to 1. Danker down low. Elam wide open for the easy 2. Miscommunication there from Mitty as the Bellarmine lead is back up to 3, 51-48 as we approach 90 seconds to play here in the third quarter. No team has led by more than 5. Bellarmine has held that lead twice in this third quarter, led by 3 threes from Gio Sasso. Right corner, this is Brown, puts up a 3, puts it in. Tie game at 51 with 1:20 to play here in the third. Owen Brown's second triple. Sasso at the other end jumped for a 3, Sapp contested, and Sasso came down and traveled. A phenomenal recovery there from Devin Sapp. Gio Sasso wanted to keep the good times rolling with his 4th triple of the quarter, but Sapp tracked him down, jumped at just the right moment, forced Sapp to come, Sasso, to come down with it, and he had nowhere to pass the ball, and he traveled. So Mitty with it, moving left to right as we approach a minute to play here in the third quarter. And we're going to have a hand check foul called on the senior Nick Grassman. He stands at just 5'7", but he is not intimidated out there, as Ryan Troutson will check back into the game for Gio Sasso, for head coach Patrick Schneider and Bellarmine. Mitty with the ball, game tied at 51. Green looking to lob into the backcourt to Owen Brown, which he does, who's being hounded by Grassman, and now Green will come get it and bring it across the timer. He's now being checked by Grassman as well. Green, crossover, drives left, tries the left side, lost the ball for a moment, corralled it, got it back, layup didn't go. Tiemann Sun the rebound, and he hits an 8-footer. Tiemann Sun, right place, right time. He's had an impactful 70 seconds of action here. He's given Mitty a 2-point lead. Once again, their first since they led at the beginning of the quarter. Denker, a left wing three, bounces off the heel. Sun fighting for the rebound, and it falls to Mason Ryan. Outlet ahead to Brown, and it's taken away by Denker. Bellarmine with it, moving right to left, and a blocking foul is called. It's going to go on Jacob Ryan. And Tim Kennedy, none too happy with Mason Ryan, who threw it away earlier after the missed shot. He was trying to get it ahead to Marcus Green. I believe it was to Marcus Green. And Denker for Bellarmine smartly read the play and cut it off like a free safety, reading the eyes of a quarterback. Two substitutions here, as looks like Aiden Burke has checked in the game for the second time today for Mitty, as well as James Thomas. Shot clock is turned off, 20 seconds. Denker handles out at the logo. He'll likely hold for one shot. Bellarmine can tie or take the lead here at the end of the quarter. There's been a lot of action at the very final seconds of each quarter. Here's Denker now, left corner, hesitates, drives baseline, reverse layup, but the right hand comes up short. Rebound Thomas. Here comes Mitty with 5, throws it ahead to Sun. Sun, right wing, bounces. Ryan, floater comes up short. It was an air ball. Mason Ryan could not get a floater to go. He had a look, and that is how the third quarter will end. 53-51, Mitty with the 2-point lead. Outfitters of Nike, Under Armour, and other national brands, there's only one team with the best supply in high school athletics, BSN Sports. Give John Gillette a call today at 408-209-6433 or check their website at bsnsports.com. Once again, 53-51, Mitty with the 2-point lead as we head into the final quarter of action. Entering our 10th year with the most live coverage of high school sports in the area, we are Central Coast Sports Broadcasting. Big shout out to our broadcasters and our sponsors who continue to give back to our community with the best in high school athletics. For the latest updates and scheduling, check out our website at centralcoastsports.live. You can also follow us on Facebook at Central Coast Sports Broadcasting. I realize as I'm giving a big shout out to our broadcasters, I'm giving a shout out to myself. So go me, you go me. Time now for the Green Waffle in-game summary. You need a snack or a quick healthy protein fix? All natural, 9 grams of power-packed protein. The Green Waffle. For a complete list of locations and more on this dynamic product, go to the website, thegreenwaffle.com. Eat clean, go green. So Mitty will have the ball moving left to right. They have a 2-point lead. Again, neither team has led by more than 5. It has been close throughout with a lot of lead changes. So Ryan handles now. He picked up his dribble. Devin Sapp is checked back into the game for Mitty, along with Brown, Vaughn, Ryan, and Green. Sapp, left wing, pump fake, drives in the lane, coast to the bucket, and he scoops it in. Devin Sapp has been the leading scorer for Mitty tonight, and he has done a little bit of everything. He's given Mitty a 4-point lead here as we get started in the fourth quarter. Here's Denker, pulls up, free throw line, puts up a jumper, clanks off the side of the iron, and a foul is going to be called. It looks like it's going to go on. No, they're giving the foul to Owen Brown. It didn't look like he was really in on the play, but clearly he was. I thought the foul was going to go on Mason Ryan, but that's on Owen Brown, his first, as Bellarmine inbounds now. This is Ridley Ruth driving in from the right side, goes up strong with the right hand, just hits the backboard. Rebound Owen Brown and Mitty. They push left to right, leading by 4. Mitty with the ball. This is Green. Goes behind his back, now working around to Sapp on the left wing. He drives into the elbow, and Mitty now slows it up. That has been a hallmark of their offense tonight in the half court. They have not had shots. Here's Brown. Crossover right now feeds Ryan. He weaves his way through the defense. Far corner. Sapp another three. Bounces off the rim and over. Long rebound snatched out of the air by Denker. Had to fight for it with Mason Ryan, who's been active on the offensive glass. And with just over a minute gone here in the fourth quarter, Bellarmine with a chance to cut into the 4-point lead. Denker handles up top. Now feeds Cruz. He is looking for a man, trying to get the back door to Ridley Ruth, but it wasn't there. Tried to rifle a pass to Elam, and it's taken away by Mitty. Here comes Owen Brown, crossing over his way up the court, and once again, Mitty slows it up at the advice of their coach. Vaughn drives left, down the lane, off the glass, too strong, as it moved right over the rim. A great take there by Joseph Vaughn, who's been quiet tonight, and Denker handles the other way. Here's Cruz, right wing. He's got a triple. Kieran Cruz has got a three to trim the deficit to 1, 55-54 as we approach 2 minutes gone by here in the fourth quarter. I've mentioned not too many triples from Bellarmine tonight, but Sasso and Cruz have gotten it going with 4 triples in the second half for the Bells. Here's Owen Brown, crossover, near corner. This is Ryan to answer the three. It's an air ball. A foul is going to be called on Joseph Vaughn, and it will be Bellarmine basketball. Published quarterly for 30 years, don't miss the combination of business and lifestyle articles that affect the agricultural industry. Pick up a copy of Coastal Grower Magazine today or subscribe via coastalgrowermag.com. So 5:53 to play here in the fourth quarter. Bellarmine trails by 1, 54-55. They have a chance to retake the lead here on this possession. They have not led in the fourth quarter. Around. This is Kiachin, who's checked back into the game for head coach Patrick Schneider. Denker has rarely sat tonight. Jab step, pump fake, drives down the lane. Awkward shot, tried to get it go off glass. Didn't get it to go, but Kiachin snatches the offensive rebound, puts it in and scores. Mitty begging for a foul. They didn't get it. Bellarmine's retaking the lead. Sapp at the other end answers with a right wing triple. He is pulling from wherever he feels like shooting from. So it's a 2-point Mitty lead, 58-56 as we approach 3 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Cruz kicks out to Denker, left wing. He now drives to the free throw line, cut off by Tiemann Sun, who's checked in the game for Mitty. Denker hesitate, crossover, drives down the right side, cut off, throws it back out, and it got to Sasso, but Sasso traveled on the drive, and Bellarmine will turn it over. A hectic sequence a moment ago as head coach Tim Kennedy was begging for a foul, as was Devin Sapp, who had Kiachin come over his back, snatch the rebound and score, but Sapp not phased, answered at the other end. So it's a 2-point Mitty lead. They've got the ball as Michael Mitchell has checked back into the game. He handles as the young point guard for this Mitty Monarchs squad, and Tim Kennedy. Green now handles up top, checked by Grassman, drives right, hop step in the lane, splits a double team, flips it up, it crawls over the rim and off, and it's going to be out of bounds. Bellarmine basketball as Green tried once again for a circus finish but could not quite get it to go, and that will be Bellarmine ball with a chance to tie or take the lead, trailing by 2. 6 team fouls for Mitty, so Bellarmine will be 1-1 the rest of the way. Just 3 team fouls for Bellarmine, so still a ways to go there until the bonus. This is Cruz, pump fake, left wing, three-pointer is good. Another lead change here from Bellarmine High as it's a 1-point lead for Bellarmine. Mitchell once again races the other way, and a foul is going to be called on Nick Grassman, who can't believe it as he was guarding Michael Mitchell coming down the court. So Mitchell, just about every time he's gotten the ball, has raced down the court. He usually doesn't shoot, but whenever he's pressured, as he was by Grassman on that instance, he races down the court quickly. He has twice gotten a foul on the defense and once been called for an offensive foul. The fans did not like that call at all, but Grassman is back harassing him in the backcourt, and his fellow comrades in the student section are cheering him on. Grassman nearly pokes away, but Green comes away with it. Ryan now in the far corner drives baseline, and they're going to call a foul, I believe, and 2 shots are coming for Mason Ryan. Foul is going to go, I think they called it on Gio Sasso. They did. That is his 3rd foul, the 5th team foul on Bellarmine. And at the line will be Mason Ryan. Chance to get the lead back for Mitty. He ties the game with the first free throw. 4:07 to play here in the fourth quarter. 59-59, another free throw coming for Mason Ryan. He calmly knocks it down despite the yells of the student section, and it's once again a 1-point Mitty lead here on the road as we are now halfway through the fourth quarter in what should be an excellent finish to this game here in the WCAL. Here's Cruz, drives to the right elbow, spins in the lane, goes up, and he's fouled by Joseph Vaughn, and free throws will be coming for Kieran Cruz at the other end, much to the pleasure this time of the Bellarmine student section. Quinn Denker and Gio Sasso will check back into the game for Bellarmine after the first free throw comes from Kieran Cruz, the 6'3 senior who has been active tonight in several aspects of the game. He rims out the first free throws just a little bit short. So Grassman and Kiachin will check out of the game for Bellarmine. So it is Elam, Cruz, Denker, Ruth, and Sasso in the game right now for head coach Patrick Schneider and Bellarmine. Bellarmine student section trying to encourage their senior, Kieran Cruz. He knocks down the free throw right there. So it is a tie game at 60 with 3:55 to play here in the fourth quarter, and Bellarmine head coach Patrick Schneider is going to call time. Authentic quality dishes with local ingredients, a uniquely seasoned crust, and prepared fresh daily. Pomodoro Pizza in the Almaden Valley. A great place for great food on game night or any day of the week. 6932 Almaden Expressway, San Jose, or click the website PomodoroPizzaAlmaden.com to place your order. So as we get set to resume action here, that was the fourth foul picked up on Joseph Vaughn before the break as Kieran Cruz went to the free throw line and tied the game. It's 60-60, 3:55 to play here on senior night at Bellarmine High School. Both teams trying to close out the WCAL season with a win. Bellarmine comes in 8-5 in league play and having lost 2 in a row. Mitty, on the other hand, just the opposite. They come in the 2019 WCAL champions, winners of 7 consecutive games, and they are trying to carry momentum and a hot hand into the 2019 CCS playoffs. They have it, does Mitty at the other end. In the near quarter, this is Vaughn playing with 4 fouls. Jab step, moves into the middle, and he's tripped. Foul's going to be on Sasso. That is going to send Joseph Vaughn to the line for a 1-and-1. That is the third, check that, the 4th foul on Gio Sasso. So 2 players now with 4 fouls. Sasso with 4 for Bellarmine and Vaughn with 4 for Mitty as they take a little break to clean some sweat up off the floor as Vaughn went down. And it is not yet shooting. I stand corrected on that. That's the 6th team foul, not the 7th on Bellarmine. Mitchell gets it in near corner to Ryan. They've got a fresh 35, but they will be in the bonus the rest of the way. Both teams still in the 1-and-1. This is Green. Handles, drifts right off the screen from Vaughn. Now works it back around to Sapp on the other side. He has been the hot hand tonight for Tim Kennedy and company. Mitchell, the sophomore, handles up top, moves left, hands off to Sapp. Sapp moves. He's cut off by Elam. Good defense here by Bellarmine. Sapp drives down the lane, glides to the bucket and lays it in. Right-handed finish there from Devin Sapp. It's a 2-point lead, 62-60 as we approach 3 minutes gone by. Cruz, top of the key, fires a 3. It rims around and out. Rebound is being fought for. There's going to be a foul. Not sure who this is going to be on. I think they're going to call it on Devin Sapp. And if that's the case, then Bellarmine is going to be on the free throw line. And that is what the call is going to be. So Ian Elam, the 6'5 junior, is going to head to the charity a 1-and-1. That is the 8th team foul on Mason Ryan is who they gave the foul call to. First free throw is good, so Elam trims the deficit to 1. Chance to tie it here with 3:05 to play in the fourth quarter here from Bellarmine High School. Elam's second free throw is on the way, and it's good. So it is a tie game once again at 62 as Mitty brings it left to right, looking to regain the lead with 3 minutes to play here in the fourth. Mitchell handles left wing, bounces far corner. This is Vaughn, now Green. He triggers a left wing 3. That's well short, barely grazed the rim. Rebound falls to Ryan Trotzen, who checked back into the game for Bellarmine, who move right to left now, trying to regain the lead for themselves. Denker to Ruth now on the right wing as they work it around the perimeter. Up top, this is Cruz. He has been aggressive tonight. He sets a screen for Denker, who drifts up to the top of the key. Nothing really going here. Now open is Cruz. Left wing three-pointer bounces off the rim and goes over long, and the rebound to Mitty, and a foul at the other way, not where the ball was. So Mitchell was bringing it up on the left side. The foul's going to be on Kieran Cruz. That is his first. And it was a trip of Marcus Green, but Marcus Green did not have the ball. Michael Mitchell was moving up the left side. Green was running up the right side, and Cruz tripped him to stop the fast break. Green at the free throw line. He rims out the free throw, so unable to take advantage there. And Mitty now has to defend as we are just under 2:20 to play here in the ball game. Denker handles up top. Now feeds to Cruz, looking for a backdoor cut. Gives it back to Denker. Now they'll work a two-man game. Denker moves right, pump fake, drives right side. Baseline, his layup is long. Rebound, Devin Sapp. Here comes Mitty, left to right. Chance to take the lead with the game tied at 6. They slow it up. Mason Ryan left unguarded, drives right. One-handed layup is swatted out of bounds by Ian Elam. Oh, what a rejection there by Ian Elam, who was fired up afterwards and got the student section fired up as well. It's going to stay Mitty basketball, and Tim Kennedy will take a timeout. On your ride home, tune in to the Central Coast Sports post-game show. Stats, insights, interviews, and more. Make sure that you listen to the Central Coast Sports Player of the Game, all a part of the Central Coast Sports post-game show. Keep us here on your ride home, and make sure you tune in for our next Central Coast Sports broadcast, which will be February 20th at a date, or not a date, but a time for the pregame, and the tip-off will be determined. We will have the semifinals and the Open Division playoff on February 20th, and as they continue. So about 2 minutes to play here, just under 2 minutes to play here in the ball game. It is tied at 62. 18 fouls for Mitty, 17 fouls for Bellarmine. So both teams in the 1-and-1. Mitty will have the ball as we come out of the timeout here that head coach Tim Kennedy called. He has got, I believe, 2 remaining. I believe that is also the case for Bellarmine. So Mitty with the ball. They have led by as much as 5. Bellarmine has led by as much as 5, but neither team able to pull away in what is a nail-biting affair here on senior night from the campus of Bellarmine High School in what is a packed house. Both sides of the gym, there are some visitors who came to the game and are having to stand because it is so packed. So from the near baseline, Mitchell will inbound for Mitty. He's trying to get it to Vaughn, but does instead to Sapp on the right wing. He's been pulling all night, but it's Vaughn on the baseline, posted up against Elam. Works to the middle, stops, spins, up off the glass with the right hand. It's good. Pretty move there from Joseph Vaughn. It's a 2-point lead with 1:40 to play, 64-62 on the bucket by the 6'3 senior Joseph Vaughn. Denker, left wing, works off a screen, back up to the top of the key. Rifles a pass to Cruz, puts up a 3, puts it in! Kieran Cruz has given Bellarmine the lead with under 90 seconds to play. Mitchell races the other way, and now it's Sapp on the right wing. He tries a 3 at his end. It's long. Rebound bounces back towards him, but Denker secures the rebound for Bellarmine, and we now have 1:14 to play here in the ballgame. Bellarmine the 1-point lead, 65-64. It was a big 3 a moment ago by Kieran Cruz that has given them this lead, and a hand check is now called on Michael Mitchell, the sophomore, and if that is the case, I believe that is going to be his 5th foul. They're saying it's only his 4th, I guess. I thought he had 4 a moment ago, but that is the 4th foul. I'm thinking of Joseph Vaughn, excuse me. Michael Mitchell at the free throw, or Michael Mitchell picks up the foul. Denker at the free throw line. He knocks down the first free throw to give Bellarmine a 2-point lead now with 1:02 to play here in the ball game. Ryan Troutson checks back into the game for Sassow for Bellarmine. So it's Cruz, Troutson, Denker, Ruth, and Grassman. No, check that. That is Elam over there on the far side. That is the 5 for Bellarmine. Denker at the free throw line knocks down the second one, and the junior has given Bellarmine a 3-point lead, a minute to play, and Tim Kennedy is going to take a full time out. So full game reset 67-64. The Bellarmine student section is into it right now, letting Mitty have it, chanting "talk it over," as they have called a timeout here with just over a minute to play. Timeout left now remaining for Mitty as their assistant coach checks in with the scorers table. 9 fouls on 19 fouls. So Bellarmine will be in the double bonus the rest of the way. Still just 17 fouls for Bellarmine. So Mitty will stay in the 1-1 bonus as we close out what has been a phenomenal game throughout, a back and forth affair. Neither team able to really take control. When one team has scored, the other team has had answers, and it is currently 67-64, the Bellarmine lead. And if you're Mitty right now, you've got one timeout, you're down by 3, just over a minute. You do not need a triple in this situation. It is not necessary to go for the 3. If you get a good look, take it, but there is no reason to force a 3 at all. Your first look should be going to the basket, and then you want to put the pressure back on Bellarmine at the other end and force them to make a play. The 5 for Mitty right now is Marcus Green, Michael Mitchell, Mason Ryan, Devin Sapp, and Joseph Vaughn. Here's Sapp curling up top off a handoff. They tried to get the triple. Far corner, Green puts up a 3. Looks long, and it is. Rebound comes to Cruz and Bellarmine, who is harassed by too many defenders. And now they move it up the court. Trotzen brings it across the timer, and he throws it far court to Cruz. And Bellarmine now with patience. Marcus Green got a good look, but airballed. Tim Kennedy telling his team right now, no fouls on defense. Mitchell guarding Danker up top. Mitchell is playing with the 4 fouls. 10 to shoot now. Danker works off a screen, switched onto right wing. Hesitation, crossover to the left hand, down the lane. Back out, Ruth Handel drives into the lane, runs a man down, and they're going to call a blocking foul on Marcus Green, and he can't believe it. Tim Kennedy can't believe it either. I have to say they have a case. Marcus Green was set for some time, and Ridley Ruth ran him down, but the call is what it is. There's no restricted section in high school. Ruth is at the line for 2 free throws. He misses the first one off the heel. That is a huge, huge call in this game, but not as huge as the free throw coming up here for the junior Ridley Ruth. He can make it a 4-point game, and he does. Nothing but net, and Bellarmine is going to take a timeout. So it's a 4-point game, 68-64, 21 seconds left here from the campus of Bellarmine High School. I'm going to go back to that call a moment ago. The officials are discussing it right now because what happened was Ruth drove into the lane. Marcus Green looked like he was set for a while and that Ruth ran him straight down. But the official who it looked like was going to make the call deferred to the other official on the far baseline who made the call. I think it was the official on the far baseline's call, but the official who was standing kind of on the wing near the 3-point line, I think wanted to make that charge call, but it was ultimately not his. So the officials did have a discussion about it, but nonetheless, it is a 4-point deficit that Mitty currently faces. 68-64, the Bellarmine lead as the Bellarmine student section is getting into it. That is the Bellarmine faithful right there. Here comes Mitchell, racing the other way, drives the left elbow, pulls up, puts up a jumper, puts it in. 2-point game, timeout, Mitty. Michael Mitchell with a big jumper, the sophomore, not fazed at all by the Bellarmine student section. He has trimmed the deficit to 2, 68-66, as Mitty called their final timeout. That is Mitty's last timeout of the game, so they will have no more. It is a 30-second timeout, and you got to think that Tim Kennedy right here is setting up a full court pressure. So if you're Bellarmine, you definitely have to be prepared for that and anticipate that they're going to come out with a full court man-to-man pressure. They always try to force these passes into the corner and double team that first guy and steal the ball from him. We'll see how aggressive Bellarmine decides, or Mitty, excuse me, how aggressive defensively Mitty decides to be in choosing to double team the ball but then rotate over to cut off passes. That can leave openings, but sometimes they can be tough passes. Cruz will inbound. He throws it out of bounds to Denker on the other side. Back to Cruz, inbounds, who's got it. He's trying to bring it across the timer. He's hounded by Green. The time is running down, and timeout is by Patrick Schneider and Bellarmine. So about 5.5 seconds went by in the backcourt. Of course, you have to get it across in 10 seconds if you're the offensive team. There's now 9.7 seconds, and Bellarmine has taken their last timeout of the game. So they are now out of timeouts as well. So if a player gets trapped, they are left out to dry, as Patrick Schneider took no chances right there. Immediately saw his team struggling a little bit with the pressure and called timeout immediately. So about on the game clock, 5.6 seconds went off of the game clock in that time. I don't know if the officials think that, you know, when they were counting it off for the 10-second violation in the backcourt, if they counted 5 or 6, I would imagine it's probably closer to 5. So if you're Bellarmine, you got to be thinking that you have to have that kind of internal clock, like a quarterback sitting in the pocket. You have to have that mental clock of, okay, we have 5 seconds to get this ball across the timeline, or else Mitty is going to get another possession. But barring any fouls or lost balls out of bounds, there will be no more stoppages in this game. Both teams are now out of timeouts, 68-66. Bellarmine the lead with the ball. Cruz will inbound from the far sideline. He's hounded by James Thomas. He bounces it to Elam, who is fouled immediately by Teeman Sun and James Thomas, both of whom just checked into the game for defensive purposes. 7.8 seconds now on the clock as Elam, the 6'5 junior, will head to the free throw line. Michael Mitchell, Joseph Vaughn, and Mason Ryan will check back into the game here for Mitty after the first free throw from Elam, and they're a big one. Got it. 3-point game. 7.8 seconds left in the ballgame. No timeouts for either side. So if Elam is able to knock down this free throw, make it a 4-point game, that makes it a tremendously difficult mountain to climb for Mitty in a short amount of time. But he has got a second free throw on the way. And he got it. 4-point game, 70-66. Ryan gets it into Mitchell. He's charging the other way. Mitchell pulls up right wing, puts up a three. Long, bounces high in the air, bounces off the rim again. Rebound Cruz, and a foul. And Bellarmine is going to hold on to win this game. You can hear the student section loving every second of it. Michael Mitchell got a good look, but it missed long. It almost bounced up as high as the backboard and back in. And now the Bellarmine student section can start their celebration. It's a 4-point game. Kieran Cruz is on the line. He makes the first free throw. It's a 5-point game. There's just 0.4 of a second left in the game. So Bellarmine on senior night is going to send their 7 seniors off with a proper farewell. And that second free throw misses. That's the final buzzer, and the game is officially over. 71-66, the final. Bellarmine knocks off the 2019 WCAL champion Mitty Monarchs. They finished the year 9-5 in WCAL play and 18-6 overall as they head into the CCS playoffs. For Mitty, this snaps a 7-game losing streak. They fall to 11-3 in the year in WCAL play. They will still retain their WCAL title, and they're projected top seed in the CCS playoffs. So Bellarmine hit some big shots down the stretch. I mean, you got to give credit to a number of guys. Denker was the point guard organizing all of this as the Bellarmine students are now on the court celebrating with their brethren who have knocked off the #1 seed in the conference. But I think Kieran Cruz down the stretch really deserves a lot of credit. Gio Sasso hit 3 consecutive triples in the third quarter, but Kieran Cruz really hit some big shots down the stretch, including the go-ahead. So I think I got to give Kieran Cruz the player of the game tonight. Hold on for one moment, folks. Can you get me all the seniors in the first? Yeah, they're being interviewed on the 2. Yeah, the seniors. Yeah. Well, I'm organizing the interviews that are coming up. We're going to interview each of the 7 Bellarmine seniors who are going out in style with a victory here. And Kieran Cruz is the player of the game. Got to give a special thanks to Netafim Drip Irrigation, Gonzalez Irrigation Systems, Coastal Grower Magazine, Block Construction, BSN Sports, and John Gillette, Pomodoro Pizza, Vulcan Materials, Kevin Moore, Arnie von Massenhausen of Home Services Lending, and of course, the Waffle. Big shout out to Bellarmine High School for their hospitality, Mitty High School and the WCAL for their support, and to 95.3 KRTY. Well, we're going to set up some interviews, 7 of them. That is right, 7 interviews coming your way from all of the seniors here. We're going to start with Kieran Cruz, the man who hit the big shots down the stretch. As we get him on the headset, we're trying to track him down right now, but there are 7 seniors on this Bellarmine. Sorry about that, folks. We had a little technological miscommunication. As a member of the scorer's table thought that we were all packed up and getting ready to leave, but did not know that we have not yet conducted our post-game interviews. I've lost the seniors momentarily, and I'm going to go try to track them down. Forgive the dead air that is going to be here for just a few moments. Well, as we begin our interviews here with the 7 for this Bellarmine squad are going out in style. Joining me first is Kieran Cruz, the man who hit several big shots in that second half. Kieran, what was working for you there in that fourth quarter?
I mean, those are shots that we work on taking every day. Big credit to my teammates for finding me there. I had a lot of just really great looks, catch and shoot. Quinn did a great job today handling pressure and finding teammates. I mean, I think I got lucky. I'm glad I was able to make the shots, but I had full confidence in anyone on this team. They would have been able to step up and hit those too. You had a strong performance tonight, and this being your senior night, potentially your final home game in a Bells uniform on this particular court. Talk about what it means to go out with a big victory like this over the 2019 WCAL champion Mitty Monarchs. It's amazing. I mean, I've had so many great memories on this court the last couple of years. I'm so glad I was able to come out and get a really big win, probably our biggest one of the year so far, with my brothers on our last game out here. So it's a big win for us, and I'm really happy we were able to get it done. Well, Kieran, thanks for coming on. Best of luck the rest of the year as the CCS playoffs, but don't go away, folks. We are going to roll on with our interviews. Joining me now is Gio Sassa, and Gio, you guys didn't do a whole lot from beyond the arc there in the first half, and then you decided to change that in the third quarter, rattling off 3 in a row, and then Kieran got it going. Talk me through what clicked for you at halftime.
I mean, we knew we didn't shoot the ball great. We weren't getting a whole lot of ball movement up the court, and something I told the guys, and everyone agreed with me, was we needed to push the ball in transition because we saw that as a strength for us. And Quinn got a great job of getting the ball out, and I know if I can run my lane and get my feet under me, I can hit shots, and they have confidence in me, and it felt great.
Talk to me about what it means for you to have a strong performance like this, a big win over Mitty, obviously, in what's probably your final game on this home court in front of an impressive student section that was with you guys all night. What does that mean to you?
I mean, it was everything. I mean, the last time we played them, it was one of the toughest losses I've probably ever had, any sport. And, I mean, these guys, they have our back every single night, our student section, and we know we gotta play for them. And we knew this, if we win this game, it's going to propel us into CCS, and we know it's going to play our best basketball, and this game definitely is going to propel us into CCS, and hopefully we can get a good run.
What do you think is the key for you guys going forward as you enter the CCS playoffs this year?
I honestly think we got to keep moving the ball. We got to rebound. All 5 guys got to rebound. And just trust each other, move the ball. And I feel like if we have confidence in every single guy on the court and everyone on the bench, then we're going to be a successful team.
Well, that is Gio Sassa, the man who hit 3 triples in 40 seconds tonight as Bellarmine knocks off Mitty here at home on their senior night. Gio, thanks for coming on the program.
Thank you.
Going to get another one of your buddies here momentarily. And it looks like we're going to get senior Nick. Joining me now, senior Nick Grassman. Nick, I got to give you some props. I played basketball for 2 years in high school myself. I never got up to varsity. I pursued other things, but I was always a little guy in basketball. I know that it's tough. You're listed on here as 5'7". Tell me first, is that generous?
A little bit, maybe. Maybe an inch, but I'll take it, yeah.
Well, it clearly doesn't faze you when you're playing out there on the court. I love the way that you were playing defense tonight. How was your ability, you started the game and played kind of like a bench rolls minutes tonight, but how were you able to find that energy defensively every time down the court here tonight?
I got to do something to kind of get the team going, and I know that, like, as a smaller guy, when I pick up full, that's going to kind of bring some energy and kind of get the students going, so that's what I try to do every time.
And how does it feel to close out this season? You guys lost your last 2 games before coming here and getting this win on senior night. How does it feel to close out this regular season and your final regular season game in a Bellarmine uniform with such a strong showing?
Yeah, so we had a couple tough losses, including one to Mitty. So we had this one circle for a while, especially after blowing that lead at Mitty. So going into CCS, it gives us some good momentum, showing that we can beat any of these teams in CCS. So going forward, we know that we're trying to get back on top after not winning league the way we wanted to.
Well, that is senior Nick Grassman, one of the scrappiest players on this Bellarmine squad. Nick, we're going to get another one of your senior buddies on this broadcast right here. I love the way you play, man. Best of luck the rest of the year.
Thank you.
Up next, it looks like we're going to have Scott Nelson, who was not in uniform tonight. I know that's got to be painful to watch you guys get such a big win.
Where Kieran, took the lead after being tied with, however many seconds left in the end. Either of those.
Well, that is senior Scott Nelson doing it for his team on the court and off the court as well. Scott, appreciate you coming on the program.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. That is senior Scott Nelson, not able to play tonight.
Just check it right here.
Also unable to play tonight, Cole Trodson. Cole, I'm assuming you were watching your brother out there compete. I hope there's not going to be too much beef back at home after the game. But talk me through, kind of your experience in these last 4 years at Bellarmine. What it's meant to be a part of this program, where you think it'll take you in the future.
It's meant a lot to be a part of Bellarmine. I built so many great relationships with people that I know that the relationships will last forever. And also it's helped me mature as a person, just balance basketball, school. Coach Schneider has taught me so many lessons about, just working hard all the time, and
What does this win here against Mitty, on your home court, on senior night, talk about what that means to you and to all the guys in this locker room?
Yeah, it means so much to us, just for the seniors to finish out WCL, their career, with a win, especially with the rivalry, especially like Mitty, and also just coming back from a tough loss against Reardon, and also Mitty at Mitty.
Well, that is senior Cole Trodson, also unable to suit up tonight, but definitely been a part of this Bellarmine squad for 4 years. Cole, congratulations on a great career. Best of luck in the CCS playoffs this year as well. Up next, and join me, is the brother of Cole Trotzen, Ryan Trotzen.
Yeah.
He was on the court tonight, goggles and all. Ryan, you were involved in a lot of scrappy rebounds down there. It looked like it was a pretty physical game tonight.
Oh, it definitely was really physical. You know, the refs were letting it go down there off ball, which is always great. Really scrappy, and yeah, it was just a great game.
What does this win mean to you personally, but also to the program, you know, getting a win against a school like Mitty?
Oh, this win's great. You know, last time we played them earlier this season, we had a tough loss down there in the fourth quarter, and it's just a great win, especially for our seniors being the last game that we'll play at WCAL, and a great win leading into CCS.
What kind of momentum do you think this win gives you guys moving into the CCS playoffs?
I think it gives us great momentum. You know, I feel like the other team seeing us beat the #1 seed most likely would be great, and we'll have a lot of confidence after this win.
Well, that is senior Cole Trotzen, or Ryan Trotzen, excuse me, brother of Cole Trotzen. And last but certainly not least, coming on the program here, the 7th and final senior in no particular order, Jackson Williams. Jackson, your final game on your home court in all likelihood tonight in a Bellarmine uniform. What does that particular sentiment mean to you?
Last time, you know, competing with my brothers, it's really a brotherhood. All of us are really a family. We're super close. Everybody loves each other. So I think that's what I'm going to miss the most. And, yeah, that's what it means to me.
I was very impressed with your guys' student section tonight. They were in it from the get-go, from the JV game.
Yeah.
They were in it from the get-go. Talk about how big of an advantage that was for you guys tonight in the win.
Yeah, our student section is amazing. Honestly, I think it's probably the best one in the league, or it is the best one in the league. They bring the energy almost every single home game, especially at these big games like Mitty, St. Francis. So, yeah, we love them. They're extremely helpful. They keep the energy up the whole time. And, yeah, it's a great home court advantage.
And as you reflect on your 4 years here at Bellarmine in this basketball program, is there a particular – sorry about that. Is there a particular moment that stands out, or a particular feeling that stands out in these last 4 years?
I would just say same thing, like the sense of camaraderie on our team. We all really love each other, and that's definitely the thing I'm gonna miss the most about, you know, my 4 years at Bellarmine basketball. Each year, every team I've been on, we've really just been a unit. We all love each other, and we all love playing basketball, so that's definitely the thing I'm going to miss the most.
Well, that is what high school sports is all about. That is the 7th and final senior, Jackson Williams. Jackson, I'll let you go celebrate the win with the team.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on the program.
All right.
So those are your 7 Bellarmine seniors who have played their last game here in front of the home crowd. It was a rowdy environment indeed. They got the win 71-66 over the visiting Mitty Monarchs, snapping Mitty's 7-game winning streak. But the Monarchs still walk away with the WCAL title. Once again, final score 71-76. And as we wrap up tonight's podcast, let's pick our blockbuster player of the game. It was Kieran Cruz with a number of clutch shots down the stretch that propelled the Bells to victory over the Monarchs. That is our blockbuster player of the game, courtesy of Block Construction. Tune in for our next broadcast, February 20th, the semifinals of the Open Division Playoffs, streaming on YouTube Live. Time for pregame and tip, and the teams who will be playing to be determined, but we will for sure keep you posted on that. Once again, final score, Bellarmine 71, Mitty 66.